Excuse me. Alright, ready?
Yes.
Alright, good morning. My name is Hector and I'm here to perform the air brake and the in-cab general inspection. First, I'm going to check for 6 things. 1, I want to make sure that the seatbelt is not ripped or torn and that buckles and unbuckles properly. God damn. 2, I want to make sure that the parking brake and the red emergency brake knobs are both pulled out. That means the brakes are on. 3, gear shifter. It's in neutral, not cracked, broken, or illegally welded. 4, my steering wheel, not cracked, broken, or loose. 5, the clutch, no more than 2 inches of play when we tap on it. And 6, the air gauge. Air gauge must be reading below 80 psi. If the air gauge is over 80, I will fan the brake to get it under 80. Right now we're reading at 115 psi. Alright, the air gauge now is reading at 60 psi. The air gauge is also equipped with 2 needles. The white needle on top is the primary, the orange one on the bottom is the secondary. I'm going to be reading the primary needle. Now, I can go ahead and do a safe start. Clutch, neutral, truck on, release the clutch slowly. Now, I'm going to perform my cutout. The cutout is when the governor turns off the air compressor. Over 140 psi is not normal. I'm going to accelerate until my needle stops. The needle stopped at 127 psi, making this a normal test because we didn't go over 140 psi. Now, I'm going to do the cut in. The cut in is when the governor turns on the air compressor. Less than 100 psi is not normal. I'm going to drop pressure. I'm going to wait 15 seconds. And if that needle doesn't gain no pressure, I'm going to repeat the process. The needle has stabilized at 122 psi, so I'm going to drop pressure. I'm at 112, my time starts. "15 seconds pass. The needle didn't move. I repeat the process. I'm at 103, my time starts. The needle started to move at 103 psi, making this a normal test because we didn't go less than 100 psi. Now, I'm going to raise my air pressure back to the max. The air pressure's up to the max. Now, any questions? Now, I'm going to secure the truck to prevent it from rolling forward, rolling back, using 6 steps. 1, clutch in. 2, low gear. 3, turn off the truck. 4, leave the key on the on position. 5, I'm going to release the clutch slowly. And 6, push in the parking and emergency brake knobs in. Now, I'm going to perform my apply leaking test. That means I should not lose more than 4 pounds in 60 seconds. I'm going to step on the brake. The needle has stabilized at 95 psi. My time starts. 30 seconds are in and we're listening for leaks. My 60 seconds are up. The needle's reading at 95 psi, making this a normal test because we didn't drop no more than 4 pounds in 60 seconds. There were 0 pounds lost during those 60 seconds. Now, I'm gonna do my low pressure warning device test. That means that the light and the alarm is gonna activate in between the range of 75 and 55 psi. I will fan the brake until the light and alarm comes on. The light and alarm came on at 62 psi, making this a normal test because the light and alarm came on in between the range of 75 and 55, but unfortunately that was not a continuous bus. So I will fan the brake until I have a continuous bus. The light and alarm came on at 60 psi, making this a normal test because it's a continuous bus and it's in between the range of 75 and 55 psi. Now I will perform my spring brake test. You see the difference? I'm talking about the spring brake test and the light is still on. So now I'm going to do my spring brake test. That means that the parking brake and the red emergency brake knobs are going to pop out in between 45 and 20. I will fan the brake until they both pop out. Every time your eyes here. Okay, the parking brake and the red emergency brake knobs, they both popped out at 30 psi, making this a normal test because they both popped out in between the range of 45 and 20. Now, I'm going to do a safe start. Clutch, neutral, truck on, release the clutch. Now, I'm going to perform my air recovery. That means I should get from 85 psi to 100 psi in less than 45 seconds. I'm going to accelerate. Once I get to 85, I will stop accelerating and my time is going to start. I'm at 85, my time starts. The needle's in 134 seconds, making this a normal test because we got from 85 to 100 in less than 45 seconds. Now, I'm going to raise my air pressure back to the max. Pressures to the max. Now, the truck is equipped with 4 brakes: parking, emergency, trailer, and service. I'm going to test those brakes in that order. I'm going to push in the clutch, put myself in the low gear. I'm going to push in the emergency to test the parking. I'm going to release the clutch slowly until I feel a tug and vibration. Alright, that tug and vibration indicates parking brake is working properly. Now I'm going to test my emergency. Pull out the emergency, push in the parking. I'm gonna release the clutch slowly. Alright, that tug and vibration indicates emergency brake is working properly. Now, I'm gonna test my trailer brake. I'm gonna bring down my trailer lever down, and I'm gonna push in my red emergency brake knob in. Release the clutch. Alright, that tug and vibration indicates that the trailer brake is working properly. Now I'm gonna test my service brake. I will step on the service brake and I will release my trailer brake. For this test, I'm gonna be rolling 5 miles per hour. My hands won't be on the steering wheel. Once I press down on the brake, if the wheel moves right or moves left, that means that the brakes need to be adjusted. Alright? Hold on tight. I'm gonna release the service brake. I'm gonna release the clutch slowly. Clutch and brake. My steering wheel didn't move right or left. That means that the brakes are well adjusted and my service brake is working properly. Now, I will put myself back in neutral. Neutral, pull out my parking emergency, take my service brake off, and I'm gonna release my clutch slowly. Alright, this concludes the air brake test. Now I'm gonna do my in-cab inspection. The door opens and closes properly. The window rolls up and down properly. The mirrors are clean and they're well adjusted. The windshield, it's not cracked, broken, or have illegal stickers. The weather seal around it not ripped or torn to prevent any air or water coming into the cab. The wipers are working properly. The blades are not ripped or torn, free of any debris that can cause scratches on the windshield. Now, we have 2 horns. Air for the country, electric for the city, in good working conditions. Now I'm gonna check my lights. Headlights, low beams for the city, high beams for the country. Now, my right, left, directional signal. They're also used as my 4-way flashers. All of those lights are working properly. Now, the heater and defroster, also working properly. Now, we have our emergency compartment. It's equipped with 3 triangle reflectors, extra pack of fuses. A fire extinguisher on this side, which is fully charged, is up to date. The air gauge is reading on the color green with the cotter print going through it, and is properly clamped down. Now, I'm gonna read my gauges. The water must be reading below 180 degrees. The oil pressure should be in between 30 and 60 psi. The RPMs working properly. The speedometer, I'm gonna test that once I'm in motion. My fuel enough for the trip. The battery bolts, they should be in between 12 and 14 volts. And my air pressure up to the max. This concludes the air brake and the in-cab general inspection. Can you please help me check my lights? So he's gonna get off. You guys turn on your lights, right, left, 4-way flashers. He's gonna go to the back, right, left, 4-way flashers, and stop. Then he's gonna come over and he's gonna be like, okay, turn off the truck and let's do your outside inspection. Any questions, guys? Twyla?
Nada.
No? No? All right, let me just throw this. Let me throw